Greetings, YouTube. I have a truly insane story to share with you. I am in Colorado right now. I drove 12 hours on virtually no sleep. Everybody who reached out to say good luck and I'm thinking of you and send in prayers and good wishes, I really, really appreciate it. The drive went better than I could have imagined. I beat the time I was supposed to on the GPS by about an hour. There was no near collision or anything that normally plagues a long road trip, not crazy construction or anything. And so I got to the hotel, and it just felt like it was too good to be true. But, I mean, I got to the hotel, right? So I shrugged off that feeling, the trust issues feeling I have a lot of times with Kabam, ironically. And then I just went about my way, and I couldn't fall asleep when I tried to fall asleep at the hotel, and then I finally did, right? And I had been asleep for about 5 minutes when I am woken up by the loudest flashing lights and siren because somebody had triggered a faulty fire alarm in the hotel. And so I had to figure out where my stuff was and how I was going to get out. Good news is it really was a faulty alarm. There was no threat, but I still had to evacuate the building. And now I'm wide awake because I had to be escorted, from the building. So there is the background to set up this conversation about all of this news about December. And I have read through this once, and there's just so much to talk about that this could literally be a 30-minute video. Also, if you're wondering if I sound different, I have no idea how I'm going to sound, by the way. I am using my travel microphone, which typically makes me sound different. I don't know if that's a good different, bad different, or just different. But, yeah, it's a $15 stick mic plugged into a USB on a laptop. So that is how I record on the road. Yay. So we have the Spider Ham back on the air event. And I have heard from a few of you that I've gotten a chance to read that you are not happy at all with the rewards for the side quest. As we are now reminded, especially if you're not Thronebreaker, Tier 5 class Catalyst fragments are still viewed as the most expensive, rarest thing that they cannot afford just for the life of them to give away to anyone unless they're willing to spend hundreds of dollars once they reach the final progression level. And the rewards for the side quest are no different. You have to do Legendary just to get a couple of Tier 5 class Catalyst Fragment crystals. So we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on that. It's also worth noting that we get Epic Shards. I read this at first as Epoch, and I'm like, that doesn't sound right. So I'm just going to say Epic, and if it's not Epic, then I'm wrong. But you can open Grandmasters and Cavalier Crystals, which that is a first that we've seen. Normally it's just Grandmasters and you're hoping for 5 stars, but Cavs can in theory give you some 6 stars. So these crystals are separated by the year each champion's introduction, all of that. I think that's great. When the arena gets hit with them, and that's what happened last year, and that was for Grandmasters. I was just happy to get free Grandmaster Crystal Shards for doing the arenas that I normally do, because yes, I am as addicted as ever. We've got the Halls of Glory, the Halls of Gold, the Halls of Healing. Those are all coming back. The anniversary and holiday celebrations, we got to talk about some of this stuff, right? So we have an extra special celebration, an anniversary week with Shard Arenas. Use your 1 and 2 star champions to earn 4, 5, and 6 star Crystal Shards and special anniversary Crystal Arenas. Those 1 and 2 star champions, if it's like the earlier arena this year, give more points than 6 star champions in the arena, which is incredible. So I kind of enjoyed using my 1 and 2 stars, especially my 1 stars. I never even thought about that being a thing until I got to use them. And then we've got the 7-day anniversary login, the 14-day holiday calendars, a Christmas gift, which as a reminder for those Cavalier players, since that was the highest progression level last year, Kabam Santa gave a free 5-star generic Awakening Gem. No idea if Kabam Santa is going to give something like that again. Alliance and Solo gifting event is something that we have had to discuss because remember, you had this technically legal, though crazy amount of having accounts jump into alliances and then just dump resources for points and then get kicked out and replaced over and over and over again. And so I had made the suggestion a year ago that they should just make it to where you can't join an alliance within a week's time span of when the event starts. This new solution, I think, is better than what I suggested, quite frankly, because users must be a member of their alliance for 2 weeks before they can contribute points toward the event or claim rewards. So your alliance needs to basically be set in stone 2 weeks before the gifting event starts, and they're also warning us that they're going to be delayed in terms of rank rewards by a week so that they're going to go through and make sure that no other cheating has happened, because this is one of those things where they might plug up that hole, but there might be other people that try to figure out ways around this. This is also a casual, very important reminder, I shouldn't say casual, that there are a bunch of shady services that try to offer what the Crystal Opening Whale referred to as Hodins last year, and Kabam has now, in 2020, made a very good and serious effort to show that any purchasing of discounted Odins will not only cost you, but it will put you into the negatives and might even get your account permanently banned. So don't do it. Don't fall for it. There are going to be those services that try to lure you in, and Kabam has finally proven this year that they're not going to allow it. So just a friendly reminder about that. So they call it unsportsmanlike behavior, which makes me think of like an unsportsmanlike penalty in football. It's kind of weird, but also kind of funny. Now, as a reminder to the use of third-party sellers for gifts or units is a violation of terms and service. They're saying that because of the Hodin issue from last year's gifting event. Alliance Milestone rewards. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this because I still, by the way, unless they buff him, Kang, or as I like to call him, Wang, sucks. How is it that Nick Fury, a guy that literally was viewed as a zero threat in the Captain Marvel movie, is way more powerful than Thanos in this game? Try to explain that one. Well, Thanos and Kang are back for the alliances that can earn him, or you can get him in the crystal. I think that's like the most overrated aspect of any trophy champion experience in MCOC. Again, rank rewards payout will be delayed by a week. We've got solo milestone rewards, which are always kind of nice. Especially when you get to the 5-star crystals and the 6-star crystals. Could those be better? Absolutely. But at least they're there and they're back. We've got solo ranked rewards, and this could certainly get pretty special. Even if you're a top 5 to 10%, you can get 30% of a 6-star or 45% of a 6-star. I still wish that you get Tier 5 Class Catalyst Fragment selectors instead of crystals. That is a rant going back to, of course, this very weekend, Cyber Weekend, and yet it is something that Kabam still just reluctantly doesn't want to do, which is really, really annoying. So, there you have it. This is a huge, I tried to be fast, rant about the month of December. I'm going to do a separate video, definitely a shorter video, about the changes to the Black ISO store, because from what I've read so far, some of the dumbest decisions made this year, which is saying something. What are your thoughts on what it looks to be a very full month in December? Lots of free stuff, but also still summoners that are threatening to quit after the Cavalier reward debacle that I still think Kabam has time to fix, but it's the ball's in their court, essentially. Have a great rest of your evening, YouTube. Thanks for watching.